Hi, I'm Caroline, and I've spent the last week and a half exploring some of the rural areas of Scotland. I've discovered some of the most beautiful scenery on the Isle of Skye, including impressive waterfalls, coral beaches, and watched on as others have braved the cold waters at the ferry pools. I've ticked off some must-see sites which over the years Hollywood movies introduced me to. I've gone in search of gorgeous white sand beaches on the mainland, as well as sea life just off the coast, and have let my hiking shoes hit the trails, completing walks in Glencoe, summiting the UK's highest mountain, Ben Nevis, wandering up the Kerrang, up to the Old Man of Storr, climbing up Stack Polly's Ridge, and ambled along to the stunning Bone Caves. I'm coming to the end of my time in the Assynt region, but before I say goodbye to my two friends who joined us and hop on the ferry to the Outer Hebrides, I wanted to share the wonderfully remote cottage that we've stayed in just north of Ullapool. Welcome to our Airbnb property here in Highlands of Scotland. So this area that we have got this cottage in is called Ledmore Junction, but it consists of just 3 houses that are in the middle of the countryside, in the middle of nowhere. Similar to our place in the Isle of Skye, we've got this amazing porch area as you come into the house, which is super practical for storing all of your stinky hiking shoes, and there's clothes pegs to hang up your jackets. And once you come into the house, we open it up into a small hallway, and there is one bedroom that is on the ground floor through here. It has this amazing, I wouldn't say it's like a super king-sized bed. I think it's because they've got 2 single beds that they've pushed together. I love the chest of drawers that they've got either side. I think they're like really old chest of drawers that they then upcycled by painting them and putting on new like handles to be able to pull them open, and the stunning views of the countryside out of the windows as well. Going back through the hall, we've then got off to the right a little laundry area underneath the stairs, which again, with the amount of hiking that we're doing, is super practical. We've already done some laundry since we've been here. We've also got a downstairs bathroom, which is a full-size bath with shower over it, sink, toilet, pretty much everything that you need. I really love these floor tiles. They're not really tiles, it's lino, but I love the effect that they have with the light blue paint on the walls. Coming further into the cottage, we then have a spacious living room, really nice seating area. We've had a couple of nights of watching movies. Again, just absolutely spectacular views out across the countryside, out of the French doors. It's been really nice just getting to watch like the local farmers' cows making their way across, and there's like a stream that's meandering through, and it just goes around the back of the house. Oh, and not to forget the huge library of DVDs and a slightly smaller library of books. Even though we don't have Wi-Fi, we certainly can't go bored with all of that they've provided with us. So into the kitchen. So this has definitely been an extension that was added onto the barn at a later date. It serves a purpose. We've got the fridge freezer, we've got toaster. The dishwasher is an absolute godsend, although it would have been helpful if they had provided us with just a few more dishwasher tablets, because we've not had enough for the amount of nights that we're staying here. Full hob and full oven means that we can pretty much cook anything that we want to. Now the nice thing about this place is that they have actually extended upstairs. So they've put a staircase on the other side of this wall. You can hear it is not a solid wall. So if you want to come on up, and I'll show you guys what's up here. So there is a second bedroom. It's sort of up in the eaves, but they've put a window. I don't even know what you call these windows, but they've put a window that allows for you to be able to just get a little bit more of the beautiful view in here rather than it being Velux. And then if we go back out of the bedroom, there is another bathroom up here. It's just a shower room, this one. You can see it's got a shower, it's got a sink, it's got a toilet, but what's really nice is because there's a few people staying here in this house, it means that we're not all fighting for the bathroom at exactly the same time. And then the only other thing that is left up here is just one more bedroom, which is through that door over there, but our friends are staying in there at the moment, and we obviously don't want to go on in with all of their stuff that's in there, but it's pretty much the same as the other bedroom upstairs up here, with I suppose just a little bit more length to it. And then I think the next thing that we'll show you guys is the outside of the property. One of the other things that I absolutely love about this Airbnb property is how remote it is. So we're in a place called Ledmore Junction, and even when we've said it to locals, they've been a bit like, oh wow, you're there, you're like in one of those 3 cottages. And it does seem like there was once a farmhouse, which is still there. It's looking in a slightly, not quite dilapidated state, but I would definitely say not quite so well looked after. I think it was like a couple of outhouses that have since been converted. I'm not too sure if both of them are for tourists or if there's a family living in the other one, but we have to come down a gravel track in order to be able to get to the property. We have to go through not 1 but 2 gates that we have to obviously open and close each time. And the reason for that being is that there are just cows in the fields surrounding us, and what's been really cool is that actually a few of the cows in these fields are the Highland cows, so the ones that have got like the little horns and the little fringes that sit on their foreheads. So that's been really nice, just getting to watch them. And obviously out of our living room we've got the French doors which give out these amazing views that you can see behind us. Main road, that's quite a way away because we have to drive all the way down the gravel track in order to get here, so you just can't hear any of the cars at night. There are supposed to be some deer in the area that have been seen around the house. We've unfortunately not been able to spot any here, but as you've already seen, we've been able to spot some when we've been out and about, which has been cool enough anyway. It's just so completely removed, I suppose, from other human beings. It's been an absolute bliss staying here. The only downside is that we don't get any internet, so there's no Wi-Fi. I'm not too sure if that's just because our Airbnb host hasn't paid for it, or if it's that no provider will actually come all the way out here. We're not getting any signal either in the cottage, which means that trying to check the weather forecast for each day is a bit of a guessing game, and every time we've gone somewhere where we can get some signal, we're like, quick, check the weather, what's going on, what's the latest. But other than that, it's just been really bliss, and spending a bit more time like socializing. We've watched a couple of movies, just playing games, and I guess just getting back to basics and being less reliant on always going onto the internet as a form of entertainment. It's lovely. Remote location, it was excellently situated for a range of activities that we embarked upon whilst in the Assynt region. If you've not seen some of the videos, be sure to check them out, but the drive time to the trailhead for the Stack Polly hike was 25 minutes. It was just shy of half an hour in the car to the town of Ullapool, with its shops, cafes such as the Seafood Shack, and boat trips like the one we did in the Summer Isles. It was a very quick 5-minute drive to the trailhead for the Bone Caves, just shy of 20 minutes to the spectacular Loch Naganyth waterfall, 40 minutes to Clactor Beach, and 35 minutes to Achmelvich Beach. There are plenty of other attractions in the area that we just didn't have time for, but when I return to the Assynt, I'll be keeping my fingers crossed that the cottage has availability. Still to come in the Scotland series, I'll be taking the ferry across the Minch to spend 5 nights in the Outer Hebrides. Whilst there, I plan on visiting plenty of beaches, going in search of a favourite. We'll try some local delicacies. Oh, very calorific I'm sure, but that is delightful. Learn about the history of the island, go in search of sea life, and dabble in a couple more walks. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you can join me in my Outer Hebrides adventures.